On this edition of Greg's Garage, we'll ride the Honda Fury, a cruiser, custom, V-twin, hot-looking stock bike that has all the Honda qualities you've come to expect. We'll check out a Bikini Bike Wash that gets riders together, feeds them, and raises money for a good cause. We'll chat with reigning U.S. flat track champ Mees, check in on his season.
Got an okay start in the main event. They just watered the track, and first lap I high-sided off of Henry Wiles' rear wheel and went up over off the track and re-entered on the track, and the result wasn't what we were looking for at the end of the day. But we picked up and moved on to try to go to race Springfield, and Mother Nature completely washed us out the whole weekend.
Get you caught up on some cool videos, check out a smartphone app, educate you on motorcycle slang, and more. So let's do this. Hello everyone, I'm Greg White, the host of Greg's Garage, your favorite power sports lifestyle show. Tuning in for the first time? Well, on this show, we tell you what's new in the world of power sports, do stories about people having fun with things, with motors, and we even have stuff to help those new to power sports get along with the rest of us. And we do it while we're trying to entertain. And since the last show, there's been some cool stuff happening, and it's in the news. So let's do that. We'll get you up to speed on the E15 fuel thing that's going on. E15 is an EPA-approved fuel for automobiles that's up to 15% ethanol by volume. Now, the big deal is none of the estimated 22 million motorcycles or ATVs currently in use are on the EPA-approved list for this fuel, let alone being approved by manufacturers. And some feel that E15 will damage or ruin engines. What's news about it is, on June 19th in Washington, riders gathered to urge senators and representatives to call for an independent testing of the fuel in what the American Motorcyclist Association called E15 Fuel for Thought. The idea was to create the conversation about the effects of E15 and how it can hurt the consumer. There were several representatives there. Their comments are pretty good, so you want to check out more at AmericanMotorcyclist.com. Now on to some happier news. Yamaha had a mid-year dealer meeting recently and announced some brand new models for 2014, including an all-new YZ250F and FZ09 triple naked street bike fighter kind of a thing. Now, the 250F is exciting because it gets a new liquid-cooled, dual overhead cam, 4 titanium valve, fuel-injected engine with more horsepower than 2013, a new bilateral beam frame, new front suspension settings, new exhaust pipe layout, new seat, all kinds of stuff. Now, the press launch happened June 20th-ish, so check out the web for more reviews. As for the FZ09, this is an all-new bike with an 847cc inline 3-cylinder engine with 12 valves, dual overhead cam, cross-plane crankshaft, and more. A new 6-speed transmission has been developed to match the new power plant. It has ride-by-wire and all kinds of good stuff. And I'm looking forward to riding both the YZ and FC to give you some riding impressions. Yamaha is going to be introducing a new model every year for the next 5 years. And that's good news for us. More information available at yamaha-motor.com. Now, Suzuki announced an update 2014 RMZ lineup. Improved starting and updated ECM ignition programs, part of the refinements on the new models for the new Suzuki Motor of America Inc. company. SuzukiCycles.com has more. And speaking of Suzuki, MotoGP fans will have to wait until 2015 to see their brand back on the track. But the prototype made it to the track at a recent test with other MotoGP machines, and so far things are looking pretty good. Test rider and MotoGP regular Randy DiPugna was able to put the new machine within 0.7 of a second behind test leader Jorge Lorenzo. Suzuki has more public tests planned. Now, from powersportsbusinessnews.com, it's reported that Pope Francis on Sunday, June 18th, blessed thousands of Harley-Davidson motorcycles and riders when a massive group rolled through the Vatican City. It was all part of Harley-Davidson's 110th anniversary celebration. The article has a quote in which I'm going to read to you. It goes, quote, "Our promise to our customers is to offer them a once-in-a-lifetime experience that few other brands can fulfill." Mark Hans Richer, Chief Marketing Officer, Harley-Davidson Motor Company, said Sunday, "Having our customers treated to the blessing today fulfills that promise of epic adventures." Okay. I wonder if that'll bring the resale value up on some of those Harleys in Europe. Anyway, that's the news. In 2009, when Honda introduced the Fury, a motorcycle designed to tackle the custom V-twin market, I was interested to see how it rode. I haven't ridden many custom motorcycles in my day, and I've heard that some backyard workshop-built machines can be a nightmare to ride. So, how would Honda's chopper-looking bike work? I had to find out for myself. What strikes you first about the 2013 Honda Fury is the wheelbase. It's 71.2 inches long. The seat height is only 26.9 off the ground. It tips the scales at 663 pounds dry. And at the core is a spirited 1312cc liquid-cooled 52-degree V-twin. It has a single overhead cam with 3 valves per cylinder. Honda also added some high-tech stuff like fuel injection, and get this, the ignition is digital 3-dimensional mapping. I have no idea what that is. You have 5 gear options, and the power gets to the rear wheel via shaft drive, a nice low-maintenance option. And oh, by the way, it sips fuel from the 3.4-gallon tank at a rate of 45 miles per gallon. And I don't care what you think. I think it's a pretty cool-looking stock street bike.
All right, I get you might be asking yourself, what's Greg White? Mr. Sport Bike, Sport Touring Bike, High Performance Motor, High Performance Chassis, great brakes, riding a Honda Fury Custom. Well, the engine performance is great, the chassis is really good, and the brakes are great, especially if you use the rear brake to help balance out the braking forces. And let's face it, it's pretty sexy. I mean, the heads that were turning when I was riding this motorcycle were not the heads that turn when I ride sport bikes. And believe me, they're not turning because of me. I know that. But the Fury is a very competent motorcycle, has a lot of technology in it. The V-twin power plant is really impressive when you pair it with the electronic fuel injection. It was tuned specifically for this type of performance, and it's a lot of fun, especially when you crack it wide open. The torque of this motor really takes over. And I have to say that it's a lot of fun overall. So you definitely want to check out the Honda Fury. I mean, it's been around since they started making these things in 2009. So it's not the newest motorcycle on the market, but it was new to me, and I really had a great time riding it. So thanks to Honda for allowing me to take this thing for a few hours. And make sure you go check out the Fury on Honda's website.
Shifting gears now, it's time for one of my favorite segments on the show. It's time for Worldwide Video. We show you highlights of cool videos from around the World Wide Webby thingy. Now this is a cool one from Glory Hog about a 16-year-old guy named Jeremy Robin from Minnesota. He's riding a 2-stroke in the 250B at Loretta Lynn's, but with a catch. Check it out.
My name is Jerry Robin. I'm 16 years old. I'm from Hamel, Minnesota, and I race 250B and 2-stroke. riding is a 1985 CR250, and we got the suspension done, so it's pretty decent. Still not as good as the new stuff, but it works. Gets the job done, I guess. And yeah, I guess that's it.
The throwback theme continues on this one from Honda Racing Europe.
Hello everybody, I'm there to Majora in the Garibaldi Honda Racing team, and I present my bike for Majora race. Is a unbelievable bike, and we see now. The more special for the bike is the graphic for old style 86. We have one special engine, complete black, old style, and we have a gold wheel, and the graphic for American rider in the 86, and the Mees bike is unbelievable, is beautiful. This color is riding very fast in the 86 and here on Majora, and we try tomorrow and Sunday is my possible to go same fast and same America rider.
The winner of that race in 1996 was none other than U.S. motocross racing legend David Bailey. And since I'm on the dirt bike theme, how about an accelerated day from AMA Pro flat tracker Johnny Lewis? Just a typical Saturday, caught on his Drift HD camera. Following Fillmore is already on episode number 8, and this time good old factory KTM Superbike pilot number 11 stops by Shimano for a visit.
Time for the rebuild. Build up the new bike for 2013. That's right. Yeah, awesome. All right, well, we've been waiting for you. Everything's all ready. So let's go back in the shop and get going.
Okay, awesome.
Hey Chris, good to meet you, Mike. So we've only gone as far as putting the seat post in it and putting it in the stand. Dialed, man.
Okay.
So like now I can leave.
Yeah, let's get organized real quick.
You're in good hands. Look at this goodie box. Shiny gray. Carbon bars.
We don't have any input.
Kid.
Casino play of the day.
Water power pages. It's better than Christmas right now.
There's a lot of crossover for motorcycles to cycling for riders to stay fit. Now, if you're pedaling and a competitive person, check out Strava.com. All kinds of motorcycle racers and riders post bicycle rides on that site. It'll rank you against other people that have ridden the segments you ride on so you can get some motivation to improve. Now you can follow me there, the link is on the show page, and check out who I follow so you can follow them. Kind of a social media type of thing. Welcome back to the show, U.S. Flat Track champ Jared Mees. Hey Jared, what's going on?
Oh, not too much. Just trying to stay dry.
Oh yeah? Why? Is it raining up where you are?
I've been raining at the racetrack, been raining at home. It's raining everywhere.
Hey, so tell me, if it's raining out there, do you get to train much? I mean, do you pedal a bicycle or what?
Oh yeah, for sure. You know, I've been pedaling the last year. I got into it really big last year, especially road riding. And from the start of this year, I've been full bore with it. Actually, I got my first road bicycle off a buddy of mine, Jimmy Wood, who was really big into road biking and been really into it. Like I said, I think it's the way to go for sure for me for training.
Yeah, for a lot of people that race motorcycles. So, all right, give us the update. We haven't talked to you in a couple months, so give us the update of what's been going on with the season, with all this rain and all the ruckus that's been going on.
Yeah, definitely. You know, I mean, as far as results and races to go, there's not a whole lot really to report on. You know, we went to Stockton Half Mile there, and we had a big episode there. We were looking really good, won the dash, won our heat, and got an okay start in the main event. They just watered the track, and first lap, I high-sided off of Henry Wiles' rear wheel and went up over off the track and re-entered on the track, and the result wasn't what we were looking for at the end of the day, but you know, we picked up and moved on to try to go to race Springfield, and Mother Nature completely washed us out the whole weekend. I raced a race right after that, the Dairyland Classic, which is a big Road America weekend race, dirt track, and I got a second there. It was an outlaw race, and then we went and did a test at Lima, Ohio, which we're racing at not this coming weekend, but next weekend, a Grand National. And then we went to Peoria to try to race the TT. We raced a short track on Friday night, and got a second on a little outlaw short track there. And then the Springfield, or the Peoria TT, excuse me, warm-up race, all-star race, it got completely rained out. So honestly, really just battling a lot of weather this year, a lot of driving and no riding really. So hopefully, you know, next weekend starts Lima, and we're like 13 weekends in a row or something like that. Some of them are going to be double headers, so they're going to be really busy. We didn't have nothing from like Daytona until now, and now we're going to be full on wide open a couple times a week.
So, you know, with all this downtime and everything, I mean, what's the reality of racing and getting rained out for your program? I mean, nobody reimburses you for any of that stuff, right?
No, you know, I mean, gas shot up there pretty high last week, so you know, $4 a gallon for regular fuel, driving to and from these races. It gets tough. I mean, I got some really good sponsors that try to, you know, offset the cost as much as possible, but, you know, they want to see me race more than just drive and wear fuel out. So, you know, it's just the name of the game. You know, I race a lot of the outlaw races because, you know, we only got 16 AMA Grand Nationals, 15 AMA Grand Nationals, and a lot of these guys will put up these all-star races, especially Steve Nace. They put up these all-star races, which is like they try to base these races off that we're going to an AMA Grand National in Illinois. They'll try to get us a Friday night or a Sunday race or something like that, and it helps out, definitely, for sure. So, like I said, we didn't have much, but when we hit Lima, from Lima on, we're going to be every weekend.
All right, so here's the big question. The question for me is, you know, for people that are watching this that may not be, you know, U.S. Flat Track fans, tell us why we need to come to these races.
Well, you know, AMA Grand National Dirt Track is definitely a type of racing that you got to go there to see and respect AMA Grand National Dirt Track. Watching it on TV, yeah, it's cool, but you just don't really get to see and hear the vibe of the motorcycles, us bringing it in there. You know, we're hooked up down the straightaway, and then as soon as we start to lean it in the corner, the tires start spinning faster than what we're going actually down the straightaway. and we're completely sideways and in dirt, around the corner, sideways, inches from each other. I mean, we're literally putting our life in this other guy's hands, and there's some guys you don't really want to do that, but we're banging off each other and squaring each other up. And it's a sprint race. It's a 25 lap main event, 15 to 20 minutes long max, and it's all out. It's all or nothing. The track changes quite a bit throughout the day, so you're kind of chasing the whole racetrack. Where like road racing, it's pretty similar all day. I mean, but dirt track will start off dug up, and then it'll groove up, and then maybe sometimes we got to chase the cushion or move to the bottom. So you'll see us use the whole racetrack throughout the whole day, more than likely.
And the fans get a unique experience with flat track, don't they?
Yeah, the fans basically can, during open pit, they basically can walk right up to our pit and, almost sit on the motorcycle darn near. We don't, dirt track's pretty open and pretty laid back as far as pit area and riders and stuff like that. So, I think we're, like, coming from a few fans that I've talked to, we're a little bit more fan friendly and, a little bit more open and family oriented like.
Mm-hmm. And people can find more information at amaproracing.com, correct?
Yeah, or you can check out my Facebook or even my website too. That's I try to keep that all up to date as well. And amaproracing.com, and then click on the Flat Track link. There's also Flat Track Live too on Facebook. Miriam, she does a pretty good job on on keeping everybody up to date and keeping the camera rolling too.
Okay, well, you got to get on the road, don't you? You got to race now, don't you?
Yeah, I got a race tomorrow on Friday in Ashland, Ohio. It's one of those all-star races. No call for the rain. It looks sunny and hot, so keeping the fingers crossed. Yeah, I was up pretty late trying to get all the bikes ready and get everything finished up, but I just wanted to touch in with yourself and all the fans out there and let them know what's going on. In a few more weeks when we touch base again, I should definitely have some races in the book and hopefully some good results.
Okay, so look, anyone who's watching out there, you definitely got to check out Jared's Facebook page, his website, AMA Pro Racing. Find a race in your area and go check out the champ. Thanks for joining us here, man. We really appreciate it.
Thanks, Greg. I appreciate it.
All right. Motorcycles are meant to be ridden, and when you ride them, they get dirty. And keeping your rig clean is all part of being a responsible motorcycle rider. So, when a local dealership had a bike wash with free food, pink bikinis, all to help raise awareness and money for a worthy cause, I shot over there with camera in hand to check it out.
Doing a little bike wash, Bikini Bike Wash. We got some girls out there washing some bikes. Got some free food. Monster trucks here giving out some samples of monsters, and just out here having a good time, supporting a great cause for Pretty in Pink Breast Cancer Foundation.
Well, the overall purpose is two things. One, community involvement, and also the second purpose is to give people a reason to come to our store. Other than just saying, hey, we have a sale, come on down and buy something. We want to give people a reason to come out that's fun and enjoyable for everyone.
Now, for the dozens of people that showed up, the reason for attending this event is pretty simple.
Oh man, we're getting some bikes washed. Look at that beautiful R6 right there.
That yours right there?
Yes, sir. That's it. Hey, that's what we're here for. You know what I mean? Food and bikinis.
Getting my motorcycle washed for a good cause. Pretty in Pink. Breast cancer.
How did you hear about the event?
Email. I always come to Team Powersports. They do all my work for me. And shot me an email, came on out. Yep, that's it.
What do you think?
Pretty nice, pretty nice. Like a bikini. So far, so good.
So the checklist, my motorcycle's dirty and I'm hungry. There's an event going on that has free food and your bike gets washed by beautiful young women in bikinis. All that's good and dandy. But at the end of the day, this is about raising awareness and funds for a local charity called Pretty in Pink.
The Pretty in Pink Foundation represents every man and woman in the state of North Carolina who have been diagnosed with breast cancer. They're either uninsured or underinsured. Specifically today, when someone is diagnosed, every man and woman has access to support through the area of insurance, governmental assistance programs, or out-of-pocket costs. Most of us have the reality to face those choices once you're diagnosed, and many times, many of the funds that are much needed are not available, and it can become a catastrophic circumstance. We are what they call a direct service provider. So what we give them is a validated Pretty in Pink Foundation, I say this in quotation marks, insurance card. And when they start their treatment process, those bills come directly to our desk for every county in North Carolina. So we're responsible for chemo administration, radiation, and post-operative care. Could you imagine, as I'm a survivor myself, having to make a choice whether I can go back for treatment or not because I can't afford it? And unfortunately, many are put in that position and they choose not to go back, not because they don't have the desire to live, because they're forced in circumstances beyond their control. So we try not to make that happen.
Congratulations to Bernadette and her crew, who raised a couple $1,000s for Pretty in Pink, and awareness, because up until I went to this event, I had no idea it even existed.
Well, I think it's something that we can all get behind. All of us know someone that has been affected by breast cancer. All of us have mothers and sisters. If you don't have, a sister, you have a mom or your friends. And I think both genders can get behind supporting breast cancer and breast cancer awareness and trying to find a cure for this disease.
Whether you own or work at a motorcycle dealership, a bike wash is a great way to get a bunch of people to your dealership to have a really good time and to possibly raise awareness for a good local cause. All right, now I want to show you an iPhone app that I think is very cool. It's called the Eat, Sleep, Ride app. Now, much like Strava.com for runners and cyclists, this app records rides, the routes, speed, and lean angles of rides for motorcyclists, and you can share them with like-minded people. It has a GPS-based social ride feature that you can see others' whereabouts on the map, geoproximal search to instantly find motorcycle roads and biker-friendly places nearby, and here's something a lot of you might like. It has something built in called Crash Light. A crash light is a revolutionary built-in safety crash detection technology automatically detects a motorcycle accident and notifies the rider's preset contacts of their geographical location. The rider never needs to ride alone. Now friends and family can have peace of mind knowing that you'll be connected if things go wrong. Developed in conjunction with the University of Toronto, Crash Light exploits the built-in sensor technology using sophisticated algorithms to detect a motorcycle accident. Now the app then notifies contacts via SMS, text message, and phone call, even email, to ensure the transmission of the message gets to the recipients. Now I only found it so far for the iPhone, but maybe an Android platform soon. Smartphones are dumb, but people that make them are pretty smart. All right, well, it's that time of the show for Motorcycle Slang. That part where we take the lid off terms used in the world of motorcycling, so new riders or old riders that might not want to ask their friends about a certain term can get some education. Now, let's look at some O acronyms: OHC, OHV, and OMG. Now, pretty simple. OHC means overhead cams. Now, this term defines the placement of the camshafts in the engine of the motorcycle. You'll see it on a spec sheet from a motorcycle manufacturer and so on. Now, OHV can mean a couple of things. One is overhead valves, but you don't really see it used that much like that anymore. The other way motorcycle enthusiasts will use OHV is off-highway vehicle. So a dirt bike, ATV, side-by-side, anything used off-highway, for instance. Now, an OHV park is a place where you ride your ATV. As for OMG, that's been taken over by the young to mean, oh my God.
OMG, Becky, look at the size of her butt.
But in the motorcycle world, OMG can mean outlaw motorcycle gang. It's mostly used to describe someone else or, like someone else's club. So OHC, OHV, and OMG defined. Now next time on Greg's Garage, we'll head off to Troy Lee Designs and check out the iconic brand and its owner, Troy Lee.
They're all just friends to me, they're all just great people, and you know, I mean, I really think that, you know, I think racing builds a lot of character and builds really cool character and kind of the same kind of mindset that I have, you know. I love people that can dig people that can get it out, lay it out on the line, man, and work under pressure and achieve something great, you know. And that's what racing's all about, man. There's a lot of elements that come into your life, especially with a lot of the athletes that I deal with, you know, that they have to deal with, but they still have to get out there and just put their head down and get it done. And that's kind of the attitude I take here at my business.
Well, that's all the time we have on this show. We sure hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, comments, you have cool events coming up you'd like us to come check out, we'd like to know about it. So drop me a line, show@gregsgaragetv.com. They come straight to me. And please spread the word. The more views, the more shows we can bring you. Thanks for watching Greg's Garage. We'll see you next time. Bye.